Hello. This week, we have a shocking news story for you. You might have heard his name on the news, Ted Bear. Are you familiar with Ted's story? If not, follow me. How did your parents' culture and religion affect you being in the wild?
Instead of my parents putting me in an orphanage, they abandoned me because it was looked down upon to abandon your child. And I guess they didn't want to look down upon me.
Did you ever have to do a rites of passage? If so, what is it?
Well, what do you mean by rites of passage? You mean like scratching your back and eating honey and rubbing your butt and stuff? Then yes, I did do those rites of passage, and I had to bear.
Did the bears have any rituals that benefited them directly? If so, what is it?
I wake up in the morning and I catch some fish, and then we go play with the cubs. And then we just explore and move from one place to another. And then when the sun sets, we go to sleep and we guard each other at night.
How did the other bears treat you as a part of their culture?
When I was a cub, I played with the other cubs and the cubs play with me. So we had the same kind of friendship. But then, according to the bigger bears, I wasn't part of their culture. I wasn't a bear. That's what they saw me as. And I know in my heart that I am a bear.
What do you think about human culture when compared to bears?
Humans are more disciplined, and because there are more laws and rules. Back at home, anything goes because we're wild.
Do you associate any specific feelings with being abandoned by your parents? How has this impacted your life?
When my parents abandoned me, I was very little, so I didn't understand their importance. But the bear fulfilled the role of my parents, so I don't really feel like, I don't feel like an empty void because my bear parents are my real parents.
Do you think you fit in better with bears or with humans?
At the moment, I feel like connection with the bears, but I'm slowly working towards communicating with humans and working with them. Family is family. I grew up with these bears. These bears raised me, so it's they're just my family, and I feel like I just moved into another country. Everything's different. Everything's new to me, and I'm learning new things. But in the end, family is family.
What was your daily routine like as a bear? Did you build a community while there? How?
Scratching, growling, rubbing my back on trees, hunting, eating fish, sleeping.
Is it hard for you to blend in with humans? In what way is it hard? Be specific.
Well, in my bear community, scratching your back and scratching your butt and catching fish with your mouth, that's considered normal, but in the human community, it's a lot different. And what they consider not normal is normal to me. So, thanks for that question.
How will the residents of your parents' village affected their decision of abandoning you in the forest rather than putting you in an actual foster home or an orphanage?
In my parents' culture, it is looked down upon when you abandon your baby after you're married. So what they did was a choice to not look down upon instead of putting me up for orphanage.
What bonds did you establish with the bears, and how does it affect your ability to establish relationships right now when you're in human society?
I made friends with a lot of cubs, and we just played and hung out. But the older bears did not like me because I wasn't part of their bear community. They saw me as a human, but the bears saw me for who I am, a bear. The same is with humans. In order to create a connection between the two, you need to have a common ground. I had to bear with all the media, and it's just that it just drove me nuts and crazy, and I just want to go back to my bear family and just play with the cubs.
What changes did you notice about your own personality as a person after you came in contact with human civilization and became a regular part in their society?
I wasn't allowed to, take off my shirt and rub my back against a tree because that'll be considered not normal. So, I'm slowly adapting with the humans, but I still miss the way of the bear. I still miss hunting fish and scratching my back and eating honey. It's just nostalgia.
What actions are your adoptive parents taking to rehabilitate you? How will that affect you, and has it affected you so far?
I had to bear with all these psychiatrists and stuff, and I had to bear with the fact that, you know, my parents can't love me for who I am, and my parents had to bear with you know, my past, and they had to bear the decision they made back in the day when they were still young.
You see, all this attention from media and this counseling is just driving me nuts. Driving me, honey,